Welcome back. All right, so 2 evening games for us tonight, and it looks like it's going to be light days from now until the 23rd. So, I honestly, I'm kind of embracing it. I have to say too that my favorite comment that I get is when people say, "Did you even watch the game?" So the idea of writing these notes, if I'm not actually watching the game, it would be insanity. Plus, and I've talked about this before. The videos I do, like the one I did this morning on, most second players, that gets way more views than this video will, than the last review video will. I do the reviews because I review every game. And I think it's important that I continue to be consistent with that. And so I don't care that they don't get as many views as if I just put together a list video that I know would do way better. So it doesn't make sense for me to just make up having watched games. It doesn't make any sense at all. All right, starting off, Pittsburgh and New Jersey. Let's pretend I watched this one. It's Jarry versus Gillies. Gillies becoming the 6th New Jersey Devils goaltender to play this season. We're going to see a lot of records this year. We're going to see a lot of teams having iced a lot of players this year. This is just how it's going to work. A lot of debuts, a lot of guys coming back into the league too, and we'll talk about that because there's one in particular in this game I want to get to. So Mercer's denied early on by Jarry. The Devils get a power play. Hamilton has a shot that's saved. Both of these games had a lot of power plays in them. Hamilton's shot saved, his rebounds cleared. Hughes has a shot that's blocked and it's killed off. The Devils then go back to the power play. During that one, Teddy Bluger, who had a fantastic game today, scores a shorthanded goal on a breakaway at 9:19, and the rest is killed off. The shots are 5-3 for the Devils with 7 minutes left, and boy, this game did not have a lot of room out there. There weren't a lot of prime chances. Crosby has a net drive, that's defended. Penguins not getting shots since the goal, neither were the Devils. Last minute, the Penguins press. No shots during that, though. We go to the second period. And we get goals early. Heinen from Pettersson and Zucker at 1:03. The New Jersey Devils do answer. Kuokkanen from Smith and Sharangovich at 2:20. And that was a nice deflection on that one. So, quick opportunities. So, do we get a lot more? Not really. Bratt with a rush. His net feed is defended. There were no shots in the game for the next 5 minutes. Studenich is denied during a 2-on-1 when they do get an opportunity. Devils get a power play. McGinn has a shorthanded chance. The Devils really couldn't set it up. Penguins kill it off. Johnson's denied right after. I think I'm the only one saying Johnson. Every feed I'm watching, they all say Andreas Johnsson. I don't know. Even the Devils feed says Johnsson. So whatever. I assume he changed it just to mess with me and then changed it back when I started saying Johnson. So the Penguins go to the power play. An aggressive penalty kill does kill that off. Penguins then get a power play, but both of them high-sticked. So what's interesting is the Devils player going to the box is pointing out that he's got blood in his mouth from the high stick that he took from Rodriguez, but he goes to the box and not the guy who high-sticked him. They high-sticked each other. I was surprised the referee caught one and not the other. Then there's a shorthanded break for Bratt. Jesper Bratt on that play draws a 4-on-4. He draws a penalty there. And Pittsburgh was kind of lucky that they didn't call a penalty shot. They absolutely could have there. Mercer has a chance that's turned aside. Everything gets killed off. The Devils get zone time in the last minute. And last second, Teddy Bluger is denied. He had 7 shots through the first 2 periods. Absolutely fantastic game for Bluger. Third period. 2 minutes of 4-on-4. The shots are 6-0 for the Penguins at 5 minutes. Tatar had a rush chance. That's saved. Pressed by the Penguins at 9 minutes, and eventually they get it. Matheson scores from Simone at 9:31. So the Devils try to answer the same way they did in the second period. Hamilton fires one wide. He wanted a penalty there. Looks to the ref immediately. Devils then get a power play, and they do score on it. Bastian scores the power play goal from Hamilton and Zacha at 11:12. It was a perfect tip. No chance for Jarry on that one. And it ends the Penguins' penalty kill streak. I believe it was at 39 in a row that they had killed off over like 17 games. Something ridiculous. So they can start a new streak now. Goalie gets pulled with 2:20 left with 1 minute and 21 seconds left. The Devils call a timeout. Aston Reese beats out an icing. Bluger had an empty net goal chance that was blocked. My Bluger jersey wasn't happy. Jarry denies Johnson at the horn. And so, yeah, you can't allow those breaks right at the end. Pittsburgh kind of, they were lucky that one didn't go in. So Pittsburgh wins this one 3-2. They win their 7th in a row. They go to 17-8-5. New Jersey 10, 15, and 5-6 losses in a row. So now their last 3 wins have been over Buffalo, Montreal, and New Jersey. So they're beating the teams they should. And when their schedule gets a bit tougher, we'll see how Pittsburgh does. They're racking up the wins right now. 3 stars in this one. Bluger, Matheson, and Hamilton. The shots 6-4, New Jersey in the first. 9-6, Pittsburgh in the second, and 9-7, Pittsburgh in the third. Final shots 22-19 for Pittsburgh. It was not a very exciting game. Power plays, Pittsburgh 0 for 2, New Jersey 1 for 5. So 7 power plays in this one. Hits were 17-13 New Jersey. Jari saves 17 out of 19. Gillies saves 19 out of 22. And so yeah, that ends that. Moving along. LA. Boy, you know, it looked... I was looking at this game, and as it went along, I thought, well, the Kings had a decent road trip. I mean, you know, it's Washington, so it makes some sense that they fall back here. Nope. So it was Sparks versus Vanacek. Yes, they dug up Garrett Sparks with Cal Peterson isolating and quarantined right now. Sparks is called into action. He's pretty good. So Caps get an early power play. The Kings did kill it. An Ovechkin shot after it was saved. Ovechkin does not break the power play goal record today. Bjornfot breaks up a McMichael chance in around the net. Sparks denies Orlov in close, but McMichael scores from Snively at 7:58. And I saw Snively and I thought, huh. So immediately I clicked on him in the app there, and yep, it's his first game and he gets an assist in it. So kudos to Snively for getting an assist in his first NHL game, and that was after a turnover by the LA Kings. The shots are 11-3 for the Capitals at the half. Again, I'm watching this and like, well, so the Kings have had a good road trip. It's going to peter out here, but that's okay. Nope. Caps press, Sparks saves. Kings iced it. Kings, though, ended up with a power play shortly thereafter. Everybody got power plays in this one. Iafallo misses on a decent power play. Caps did kill it off. The Kings are stuck on 3 shots at this point, so they didn't get a shot during the power play. Kings then get another power play. The Caps killed that off, and really there wasn't much happening for LA on that power play. It was pretty easily killed off by the Caps. Dursey blocks an Ovechkin shot, but after one period, it's 1-0 for the Capitals, who are out shooting the Kings badly. So second period, better start for the Kings. They needed that, right? They're only down by 1. Dursey with a close call. Capitals clear it out. Things get scrummy at 1 minute and 32 seconds. Guys pair off. We don't end up with fighty fights, but there's a couple punches thrown here and there, and guys paired off. So there you go. Caps came out of that with a power play. Lemieux gets the extra 2 minutes, probably for being Claude's kid. I'm sure that'll be a penalty they'll add next year. I'm sorry, Brandon, you're out. You're Claude's kid, so that's how that works. Ovechkin gets a chance that's saved, and it's killed off. So again, Ovechkin trying to break the record, but he's remaining tied with Andreychuk after tonight. Roy then has a rush chance that's saved. The Caps get a power play, that's killed off. Kings get a turn on the power play. They don't score on it. And then Lizotte, he takes a penalty, and I guess the referees figured he beaked off a little too much, so they gave him an extra 2 for unsportsmanlike conduct, which didn't make his conduct better. So the Kings did manage to kill all 4 minutes, and they were impressive on that penalty kill. And I think that kind of fueled Lizotte. However, right after that penalty kill ends, so the full 4 minutes, Schultz scores from Sherry and Hathaway at 13:47. So though the penalty kill's been very good, it's not a power play goal. We still see the Caps up 2-0 at this point. Arvidsson has a rush chance. Trevor Van Riemsdyk defends that. Caps get another power play. During this one, it's a shorthanded goal, and it's Lizotte that gets it from Iafallo and Kopitar at 17:04. And when Lizotte comes back to the bench, if you can read lips, you saw Iafallo say, "Nice shot," and it was a nice shot, nice goal, and that makes it 2-1. And then there was a crossbar for Favari. That's as close as the Caps get. It's killed off. We go to the third period. Early press by the Capitals. We get Anderson versus Sherry. They didn't decide there were enough punches to make it a fight, so it's just roughing. I've always thought that's interesting, that guys can punch each other and it's not a fight. Because to me, if guys punch each other, even if it's once, and it's, you know, in the workplace or just out in public, like, that was fight. Those guys totally punched each other. Anyways, Wolanin scores from Roy at 2:50. That was during the 4-on-4 that finished that, or that was after that roughing, and it was on a nice rebound. So Wolanin gets a goal. The first goal he's had in a while, too. Remember, they picked him back up on waivers. They had lost him on waivers earlier in the year, so it's one of those waivers back and forth things. Shots are 6-1 for the Kings at 8 minutes. And then they score again. It's Kempe scoring from Roy and Brown at 9:36. So Roy with a couple of assists. And suddenly it's 3-2 in favor of the Kings. Yeah. And it was it sounded like it was as surprising to the crowd as it was to those of us watching it. It got quiet. And it was a nice flip shot by Kempe. It just goes right over Vanacek. Beautiful. Kings then go to the power play. There was a shorthanded chance for Eller, which was defended. The Caps did kill it off. The Kings were doing a pretty good job, I thought, of protecting the lead. The Caps pressed, but they were kept to the outside. 3:23 left. Things get kind of scrummy at the Kings net. Kings not letting anybody, go at Sparks or anything. Goaltender gets pulled. With 40.8 seconds left, the Kings were guilty of icing, which Todd McClellan didn't agree with. Ovechkin can't bury one with 5.5 seconds left. The Caps go offside, and that's the game. The Kings win this one 3-2. They go to 14, 11, and 5. Very successful road trip for them. The Capitals 18, 6, and 7 with the regulation loss. That one hurts, especially when coupled with Pittsburgh winning. And so the Capitals kicking themselves on this one. 3 stars are Kempe, Lizotte, and McMichael. So 3 unusual stars. And I'm surprised Sparks didn't make it into the 3 stars. I really am. Shots are 14-5 Washington in the first, 11-9 Washington in the second. Both teams had 10 shots in the third. Final shots 35-34 for Washington. Power plays 0-4 for LA, 0-6 for Washington. Hits 31-30 for LA. Sparks 33 saves on 35 shots. Vanacek 21 saves on 24 shots. So there you go. You guys are all caught up on what happened tonight. That's it. A day where it would have been 8 games, I would have been watching hockey all day. Instead, I watched 4 games. I still got 4 miles on the treadmill today between the first 2 games and the last 2 games, so I didn't bother doing a news video or anything like that. I thought, nope, I'll do the news video after the last games are done, because the news tends to change during the day, and so there you go. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, including why I didn't watch these games. Thank you guys for all that. And hey, the channel did pass 227,000 subscribers, so thanks for that as well. And if you haven't already hit like and subscribe, go ahead and do so. I'll talk to you guys again soon.